Ay, ay, ay.
Vanessa, get off my back. Vanessa, get off my back.
Dating single mothers. And I have to keep beating this into your head. Dating a single mother will be the biggest relationship mistake that you will ever make in your entire life. And I'm going to repeat that again. Dating a single mother will single-handedly be the biggest relationship you make in your entire life. And I'm going to keep beating down this topic, so you do not make the same mistakes that I did. Because I did it. And I regret every second of it. It was humiliating, degrading, desensitized me. Single mothers are using their child to make you vulnerable. Single mothers are using their child to have you open up. Single mothers are using their child as a weapon. Because they know no matter how tough you are as a man, when they introduce you to their daughter, you're going to open up. You're going to break. They introduce you to their little son and he's high-fiving you and hey, what's up? And he's throwing the football. You're going to open up. You're going to break. When they introduce you to their daughter, you're hearing their daughter voice in the background and she's talking to her daughter and you see the pictures of her and her daughter together. You're going to open up. You're going to break. And that is what codename Alicia did to me. She used her child as a weapon. She used her child as a tool used to seek and destroy me. And I'm going to go and give you some stories, story time. And I've talked about some of these things before, and I'm going to talk about them again and again and again and again so you don't go through what I went through. First and foremost, imagine you're with your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance, whatever title you have, and her phone rings and she picks up. On the second ring, and it's her baby's father. Passport bros, alert, 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 alert. Matter of fact, passport bros, abort mission. Abort, abort, abort. Imagine that every time her phone rings and it's her baby's father, she picks up. But every time you call, she's busy, she don't have time, she's at work. Wait till she gets on break, wait till she gets home. She'll talk to you later. Can you text? Can it wait? But every time her baby's father calls or texts, she responds. So the energy she has, the energy and priority she has for you is down here. And the energy and priority she has for a baby's father is up here, even when he doesn't have the child. If I'm getting into a relationship with a woman that has a child, and I will pray to God that never happens again. But if I am getting into a relationship with a woman that has a child, and her priority for him, his level of importance is up here, and my level of importance is down here, we must cut loose ties. We must go our separate ways. And I experienced this time after time after time after time again. Of understanding that he was more important to her than me. And here is my thing. If he's so important and you have to pick up on the first ring and a half and you have to respond in 2.5 seconds, get back with him. Try to work it out. And a lot of these women are using these children as weapons so you can pity them, so you can feel sorry for them, so you can have sympathy, so they can manipulate you. You know, I was in Punta Cana, right? And I've talked about this before, and I'm going to keep talking about it. I was in Punta Cana, right? And her and I are laying in bed. And her baby's father called, and she's talking to her baby's father. And I might have been there in my underwear, some shorts, whatever, right? I'm sure I was half naked, right? I sleep in shorts sometimes, just depends. And her baby father called, and she's having a conversation with her baby's father while I'm there in my shorts. And I'm like, man, this is disrespectful. And I started talking and I started chatting, and I just wanted him to know that, hey, man, you're interrupting something here, my friend. Like I was asleep. And that $300 and some a night resort in Punta Cana, I was sleeping. This conversation's waking me up. And I proceeded to start talking and making noise, and she got up and went into the other room. And after she got off the phone, she said, hey, Chris, keep flying. You were talking while I was on the phone. I said, hey, talking to a man while I am here in the bed with you, while I am with you, baby father or not, it's disrespectful. And these women, these stupid women, like the last idiot that I was with, these stupid women are so narcissistic that they think that the world revolves around them. And you being her partner, her boyfriend, you just have to hold on tight like a Ferris wheel while it spins you around and it goes up and down and round. And you're just supposed to be submissive. You're supposed to take it. You're supposed to pay her bills and help out and give her money while she's picking up the phone for her baby daddy on the first ring. And here's what women that have children like to use. Here's what they love to say. It could be important. That's the weapon that they're using to manipulate you to thinking that that's going to be okay. Oh, Chris, he's fine. Yeah, he's calling me, but it could be important. It could be an emergency. And I've gone to this peasant's page, and I visit all my peasant girlfriends' pages 2 or 3 times a month at least. And right now, this peasant, this narcissist is with a man with a child, where she should be, with a man with a child. So you are having to deal with his baby's mother, and he's having to deal with your baby's father. He's wondering what the text message between you and your baby father is about, and you're wondering what the text message between him and his baby's mother is about. He's wondering if you're still having relations with your baby's father, and you're wondering if he's still having relations with his baby's mother. Both of you nincompoops are going through the same stresses. You have to be with that man, and you have to help take care of your relationship. You got to do things for that child. I know my peasant girlfriends don't have any money, so it won't be much, right? But the woman has to show effort to impact and influence and intrigue that man to know and give him a sense of satisfaction that, hey, this can work out, because that man wants you to treat his son and love his son just like you love your daughter, and vice versa. The woman's gonna want to see and hear that that man is loving and caring for her daughter. Although no man will ever do more for her child than I did, right? And she knows that, like, she knows that, right? It's just gonna take a lot of money. But I digress. So a woman with a child is best suited for a man with the child too, because they're going through the same stresses. They have the same questions in the back of their head. He's wondering if you're going to be a good, suitable stepmother for his son, and you're wondering if he's going to be a good, suitable stepfather for the child. And passport bros, listen up. These women aren't getting enough child support from their baby's father. And I forgot, this guy was sending, code name Alicia, like 75 euros a month, right? 75 euros a month. You do the math. 75 euros a month. Let's go. 75 euros to dollars. $88 a month. This microphone probably costs $88. Like my dress shoes probably cost $88. I just ordered 2 pair of pants last night off Amazon that cost $88. He was sending her $88 a month. And I'm getting to a point, stay with me now. A lot of women put a lot of pressure on you men and you passport bros, and stay with me. A lot of women put a lot of pressure on you men and you passport bros to pick up the slack that they gave their babies for. Now, hold on now. Slow down. Slow down. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to repeat this a few more times. A lot of women are putting pressure on the men that they're dating, and they are obligated to pick up the slack that they gave their baby's fathers. So instead of going to the courts and asking for more money, instead of asking him for more money, matter of fact, I don't even think he was even on child support, ordered child support. So instead of beating the courts for more money, you let him get by. What does that tell you? If a woman lets her baby's father gets by easy and spend and pay $88 a month, what does that tell you? It tells you a few things. One of those things is she still has feelings for him. Because you don't want to see him hurt, you don't want to see him stressed, you don't want to see him in a bad financial situation, you don't want to see him struggling, you don't want to see him working 2 jobs, you don't want to see him hurt, you don't want to hurt him. If a woman is letting her baby's father get over with his responsibilities, that tells you that she still has feelings for him. Oh, if I hurt him, it'll hurt the child. How does this 5, 6, 7-year-old child know what you did to their father? How does this 5, 6, 7-year-old child, how are they going to be impacted by taking the child's father to court? These narcissist women, these single mothers, are using every excuse to manipulate you into doing more for their child. And women say things that you really have to pick up. Protein time. One more. Women say things that you really have to pick up on. They'll be like, oh, I need groceries. I need to go. Here's the thing. Here's what it is. I'm going to the grocery store after work. Right? That's what a woman said. I'm going to the grocery store after work. I gotta go get groceries. What they're really saying is, hey, can you help me with my groceries? Hey, can you send me some money for my groceries? Hey, can you go with me grocery shopping? Hey, can you go have one of these groceries? When a woman tells you something that she has to do or wants to do that involves money, well, she really doesn't have to tell you at all. But when a woman tells you something that involves money, she is indirectly asking for your help. And this woman was like, oh, I'll go to the grocery store twice a week. And in my mind, in my sophisticated mind, I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? So I started going grocery shopping with her. I started giving her money for groceries. We've been to grocery shopping a few times because I picked up on some of those signs. Oh, Christmas is coming up. Her birthday is coming up. She needs this for school. The child needs this. The child needs that. The child don't have this. The child likes strawberries and bananas and kiwis and whatever fruit she likes in the morning. The child likes this for school. She's indirectly asking you for help. Women, single mothers, are professionals and indirectly asking you for help. And they are professionals at guilt tripping you. What you should have done, the responsibilities of a man. The man's this, the man's that. The man is supposed to do this. Well, I am not the man. I was not born. I did not come out of my mother with my whole sole purpose in life to find a woman with a child to take care of both of them. My whole sole purpose in life was not to take some man's child to the family reunion. My sole purpose in life was not to take some man's child to the family reunion and say, this is my child. Hey, here's my... All of my family would accept him. And one or two might give me some funny looks. My whole sole purpose in life when I came out of my mother was not to take some man's child that looks like him to the family reunion and say, hey, this is my daughter. This is my son. Accept them. They're great. Because one day, guys, that child's going to say 4 words. You're not my daddy. One day, you're going to be trying to discipline that child, tell the child, don't do this, don't do that, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? And they're going to say those 4 words. You're not my daddy. Now, picture this. Picture me, no children, no wife, which I am perfectly fine with. Life is great. Amazing. Amazing. Picture me, right? No children, no wife, right? And I'm cool with that. I find a young lady, right? She has a child, right? I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And things get serious. God forbid, but things get serious. And we decide to move in together, right? So instead of us looking for lofts, 1-bedrooms, studios, instead of looking for lofts, 1-bedroom, studios, we now have to start looking for 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. And do you know the price difference between a studio? And I've stayed in a studio. I've stayed in a loft too. Do you know the price difference between a studio or loft and a 2-bedroom? So financially, right, because you're the provider, you are losing more money a month because you have to get a 2-bedroom. That child's not going to be sleeping between you and their mother at night when y'all are trying to do grown-up things. That child is, the child going to have his own room. So financially, let's talk about financials for a second. Financially, you're going to have to get a bigger place, and that's obviously more money. Check, right? There's a child. You can't just have the child living with you and not like the child's not there, right? You got to do things for the child. That's an obligation, right? Cool. By myself, I was spending random number $80 a month on groceries. Now that I have this woman, now that I have this child likes to eat like all children do. Child likes to eat cakes, cookies, sweets, fruits, bananas, strawberries, mangoes, whatever. Chicken, right? Whatever. Children like to eat cereal. So instead of spending what I was spending on groceries, now my grocery bill went up to $190, $200, $250. You gotta make sandwiches and stuff for the child to take to school. My grocery bill now like $250, $300 a month. All right, we touched on you got to get a bigger place. We touched on groceries. Should I keep going? Activities, schools, school supplies, holidays, right? If it's just me and a young lady, right? I'm just buying a gift for her, right? So Christmas come along, birthdays. You have to buy gifts for two people. We can do buy the mom a gift and don't buy. We can do buy the mom a gift and don't get the child anything. You have to buy gifts for two people. So instead of spending random number, instead of spending $500, you gotta spend $7, $8, $9, $1,000. And I know, and Alicia knows that no man will ever do as much for her and that child than me. I said her and the child than me. I know she's trying. She's trying to play the pickup game and travel. She's on 2 countries, but she got quite a few more to go because we went to the States. We went to DR. We went to Albania. We went to Portugal. We met her in Spain. That's 5. Might be missing one, but she has a few more countries to go before she breaks even with everything that I've done. But I digress. So we talked about apartments and we talked about groceries and with the apartments, we didn't talk about electricity and the water and the baths, and we didn't talk about that. And we talked about holidays, which is important. You're going to spend a lot more money. Children go on trips. I know it's going to school. Kids take trips. They go to the zoo, go to the park, go to these activities where you got to have 10, 15, $20, whatever the case may be. Financially, dating a woman with a child, my fellow passport bros, is financially draining. Dating a woman with a child is like taking care of 2 people. Dating a woman with a child is like getting into a relationship. Dating a woman with a child is like dating 2 people because you are financially responsible, indirectly or directly, especially when the father's spending 75 euros a month on a child, which doesn't even cover groceries for the month. You are directly responsible for 2 children. I mean, 2 people. Is that something do you want to get a bigger house? Do you want your electricity and your water bill to go up? Do you want to spend more on holidays, gifts? Do you want to spend more on groceries? Let's touch on it. Children cry. Children need attention. They like to do activities, right? And I understand this to an extent, but when you're dating a woman with a child, you'll never be priority. And someone said this on Instagram the other day, and I started laughing because I thought about it. When you're dating a woman with a child, you will never be priority because that child's going to be priority. That child's going to be priority. That woman's going to want to give all this child all this attention in the world, which I understand. But where does that leave me? Think about this for a second. That woman's going to want to give that child all the attention in the world, all the love in the world. But where does that leave me? Do you want to get into a relationship where a woman is into you and obsessed with you and want to spend all the time in the world with you? When you're free, she's free. Y'all want to meet. She's good on these days. She's good on that days. You're meeting her after work. Or do you want to be in a relationship where, oh, I got to spend time with my child. Me and the child's going somewhere. I got to help them with their homework. We're watching TV together. We're doing this. We're eating popcorn. We're eating pizza. We're doing this. Taking my child to get their nails done. I got to do these after school activities. I got to go to the school with the child. I got to go meet the teachers. And the list goes on. Women with children never have time for you. You will never be a priority. And that is one of my biggest problems with dating women with children. If you aren't as much of a priority, I'm going to prioritize my partner, my girlfriend, my spouse. And I need that same level of priority. And me and you will not be. She will never have time for you. She will never have time for you. And I am talking from experience. Oh, let's do this weekend. Oh, me and my daughter's going here. Da 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 da. We got this plan. A woman with a child will never have time for you. Do not under any listen, learn from mama. Do not under any circumstances date a woman with a child if you don't have any. Matter of fact, I don't even suggest you dating a woman with a child if you have one.